Harvest. It's a secret. It's a secret. Shh.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. That's right. This is the Geeks Company, and this is another episode of the After Show this week, or today, I should say, for Secret Invasion, Season 1, Episode 5. The Harvest? Is that what you said it was called?
Just Harvest.
Oh, just Harvest.
Sorry.
Harvest. It's a secret. It's a secret. Shh.
By the way, not
Hi.
a secret. My
Not a
co-host,
secret. Hey,
Mr. Jeff, a.k.a.
Hold on.
Messiah Complex Cosplay.
Aka Messiah Complex Cosplay.
Aka?
What's going on? Aka. That's what it. Come on, Aka. That's right there. Yeah. I finished watching it maybe 2 hours ago, so I have lots of thoughts and feelings on this one. I don't know about you, but
Funny enough, I don't have a lot of thoughts and feelings on this one because this one kind of lost me a little bit.
a little bit. Jesus.
You know, when we started filming these after shows for Secret Invasion, the first thing we said was, well, we don't know what the show's going to be about. Episode 1 was a little bit hit and miss.
Right.
Not sure if we're going to keep going till the end. And then we figured, you know what? It's only 6 episodes. Might as well keep going to the end. But
There's been a long 5 episodes already. A long 5 episodes of nothing happening. Of consequence, I guess.
Of consequence. Yeah, because we had another action sequence today, which was fine. It was a cool firefight, you know, and all that jazz. But man, you know, I feel like we're getting like 6 hours of people just talking gibberish for the sake of fucking talking gibberish. And, you know, like what's the point of any of this? Like, it feels pointless to me. It doesn't feel... I don't know, man. Today's episode made me a little bit mad because it wasn't a bad episode per se, but it did... Like, this is episode 5. Last week is the last episode. And this week's episode didn't really move the plot along at all.
Well, we found out...
it took us back.
We did find out whatever the MacGuffin is for this series. We just assumed it was the Skrull secret invasion or whatever, but it's not. It's the collected DNA, including, by the way, Carol Danvers. He had to say that, including Carol Danvers, widely regarded as the most powerful of all the Avengers. The collected DNA of all the Avengers. By the way,
I mean, not widely regarded. They want to tell us she's the most powerful, but I don't think
they have all the DNA in one vial. How is it? There's no. It's just one thing of liquid. How are they separate? I don't understand that at all.
It's like everybody's DNA in one liquid. Like
which is not how DNA works. But
no,
after 5 episodes, I didn't think the overall point of the plot would be Gravik doesn't even really care about the Skrulls or the people or the whole time. He's just been after this.
He just wants the Avengers' powers. That's all he wants.
For whatever weird, just being able to heal from any injury and having Groot arms, I guess, isn't enough. Now he wants to, I don't know, be a super soldier with powers of who's got powers? Do you remember? Like, I'm trying to think of the original lineup of the Avengers. Black Widow, no powers. Tony Stark, no powers. Hawkeye, no powers. Steve Rogers, moderate powers, I guess. And then Hulk. Isn't that it? Am I missing anybody? And Thor. All right. Yes.
But we're not talking about just the original Avengers here, obviously, because we're talking Carol Danvers, right? So we are talking about...
Oh, right. Yes.
They collected the DNA from the fight between Thanos' forces and the Avengers in Endgame.
I noticed they were cagey about... You're right. Other than Carol Danvers, he doesn't name anybody else that's in the vial. He just says Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
For the obvious tie-in between this series and Captain Marvel.
So,
and again, they have the same fucking JS. They have the same fucking conversation when they go to his gravesite. She asked him 2 things. Hey, don't you have another one of these gravesites somewhere? Because we've seen a Colonel Nicholas J. Fury grave marker that did not have that saying on it. Had a completely different saying on it, epitaph, whatever it is. And she asked him, "Hey, isn't it about fucking time? We're on the literal edge of World War III. World War III is mentioned by name in this episode." And she's like, maybe we should call these, I don't know, Avengers that everybody in this whole episode keeps talking about. And he's still like, nah.
Yeah, it's like, nah, this is personal. Yeah, this is my fight. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But if I
think
can't
that's
figure this out, then
responsible?
we're in bigger trouble. But what do you mean?
Oh.
Like, what the fuck was the point of the Avengers then? Oh, we can't always rely on these superheroes to solve our problems.
It
Wasn't
would have
that the
been
whole
better.
fucking point of putting
It would have been better had they not asked. Like, I know every time one of these shows comes on, we're all just like, well, where's the rest of the Avengers? I would have been happier just having this conversation with you, be like, it's amazing that no one thinks about the rest of the Avengers. This was worse. She asks, and he's like,
second time too, right?
in the second episode or whatever, fine, because we don't know the level of the threat yet. We don't know where this is going yet. You've got a madman ready to get all the Avengers powers and start World War III between the Americans and the Russians. Even bomb
own
new
people.
Skrullos, bomb his whole people, manipulating the president through Rhodey, and it's still not time to bring in one measly little Avenger. You can't even call Ant-Man or no shit, like nothing. Bruh, so stupid. I mean, all the logic apps aside, man, the show is just weak. There's no stakes. I know they're trying to make it seem like this whole, we already know there's not going to be World War III between the Russians and the Americans. We know that's not going to happen within the body of the show. And now we know that's not even really the point. The point is this whole harvest DNA bullshit that who fucking cares? So what's the point?
I don't know. I don't know what the point is, dude. I'm also concurrently watching Jack Ryan, and there's more point to episodes 1 and 2 of season 3 of Jack Ryan than there is in 5 episodes of Secret Invasion. There's more urgency. There's more intrigue. There's more political intrigue, right? Governments plotting against each other, and why are we not seeing that bit, right? Like, we're in the brink of war. We've seen the U.S. president for all of 10 seconds. He had one line.
And he's just a puppet for Skrull Rhodey too. It's not like he's effective on any level. Yeah,
exactly. So,
I don't know, man.
As much as I was hoping that this show was going to be 100% like a brain fuck, that's what I was hoping. That Secret Invasion was going to be that show that threw us for a loop every episode, but it's not been like that. It's not even been at the level of Winter Soldier, which we was hoping was going to be on that level of thriller and intrigue, and it's nothing like any of that.
I think the problem, and I feel bad saying this because I get why they would do this, but I think the problem is Nick Fury was this persona, this grand elite, always 3 steps ahead, always behind the scenes, always like, but we never did a deep dive on Nick. So he was able to maintain that level of sort of omnipresence across the whole MCU because we really didn't know. You never really got in Nick's head. You never really got things from Nick's point of view. And now that we're getting it, we're realizing that he kind of was just flying by the seat of his pants for most of everything we've seen. And he's largely been lucky in everything that sort of happened. The really cool ass Nick Fury that we've had for 10 years seems gone. And we just have this dude that just looks like he just keeps getting lucky, or people save his bacon at the end of the day, or he makes dumbass decisions. Like, I don't know. It's taking all the mystique and all the majesty and all the amazingness of Fury away. And we're just left with this guy. He's just this guy. Yeah.
The one little bit of light at the end of the tunnel is the ending of this episode, where he walks into at the graveyard. He walks into the thing, and he puts his jacket on, and he puts his eye patch back on, and he, and then as he's leaving, it's like, okay, now Nick Fury's back, but
no, I know, and he calls somebody.
Wasn't he back in episode 1?
I don't.
You know what I mean? What the frick, man? That's like
character
development.
Like
me, you're gonna make me a show about Thor, and for 5 out of 6 episodes, Thor is drunk, fat Thor in that hut that doesn't want to do anything, and then all of a sudden, in the last episode, he becomes Thor and kicks ass. And it's like, well, what? Like, wait, what?
Oh, so Endgame, you mean? You mean the entire Endgame movie? Oh, wait, he even ends Endgame as Fat Thor, but never mind, I get it. No, you're right. It for me, it really took the shine off of Nick Fury, and it made him much less of a badass character than he was going into this movie. It's so many different movies and universes and do the same thing where you've got this really cool thing that's kind of off screen a little bit, and because it's off screen and it doesn't really get fully explained to you, you kind of like build it up in your own mind, and then when they finally take the time to explain it to you, you're like, oh, well, that's nothing. That's shit. And like, there's so many logic gaps in this one too. Like when the Skrull wife and Gaia are in the firefight with all the dudes, Gaia has extremis. Like, why isn't she just the shield? Like, why are they both taking fire in this case when one of them could just die from getting shot and one of them is immune to physical harm? Like, what? It just didn't make sense. It was a cool looking scene with them trading back and forth and everything else, but the whole time I'm just thinking, like, why wouldn't Gaia just turn to her and be like, I can't be killed, stay behind me?
Just go group on them and fucking,
whatever it is.
Yeah.
She's gone extremis. She can't be killed. Just like, the logic gaps notwithstanding, because there were too many of them in this episode to count. It just wasn't a good show. It just wasn't a good episode. It didn't get me excited for this show at all. It's making me wonder what the fuck was the whole point.
The only good part so far that I'm liking about the show is Sonya.
Is that who's Sonya? The what? No,
the head of MI6 or whatever.
Well, they're calling it SIS, whatever the balls SIS is.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
They apparently, and our buddy Keith, Superman in London, is that what his name is, or London Superman, or our buddy Keith, sent me a message that I forget who it was that actually said this, but they did a show where they talked about her character specifically and how her last name is Farnsworth. And the tie-in is she is the granddaughter of one of the Howling Commandos.
Oh.
So that's how they tie it back in. Now, she was 100% created for the show. She's not an existing comic book character, and she's kind of a female version of Fury.
Right, which, by the way, has been off camera for most of the series. So she has that mystique built around her.
She does, and she actually shoots fucking people.
Yeah,
right.
Not and unapologetically
she's actually a badass.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, like, she's a better character in a show than Fury is.
I'm wondering
I'm
wondering if by the end of this whole thing, we're going to be looking back at this and being like, it should have been her. It's like the whole thing should have been her and not him. As harsh as that is to say, for a guy that's been around. The show should
have followed her story, and
that's what I mean.
The guy in the background,
guy in the chair, guy in the whatever. Yeah.
I agree.
We wanted. I think maybe we did set our sights a little bit too high when we started comparing this to Winter Soldier and look and feel. I think and the trailers really built it up that it was going to be this spy espionage thriller kind of thing,
which is not.
And it looked like it was going to start that way, and then boy howdy did it not end up like that. This has been dumbed down so hard. I don't care. It doesn't matter anymore.
I just want to point out that we did get an actual funeral for Talos.
I'm sorry, who?
Talos.
Oh, yes, by all means. You mean Talos? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, I mean Talos.
Yeah. Yes, we did. Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Apparently,
he's not coming back. They burned his body. And
you know what? You're right about Maria Hill. There's no fucking way you're not, because that's how Nick gets off the hook. She's 100% alive. I'm wondering. So the phone call he makes at the very end, I'm wondering if that was her. He's like, I'm ready now, or whatever, or we're ready, whatever he fucking says.
Yeah.
It's the only way that he gets off the hook from the video footage is if she's still alive.
Or time or whatever.
Whatever it was. Who cares? But you're probably right. It's probably yet another fake out, assassination fake out. But yeah, Talos is dead, which is wild that he's not going to be part of any of the future of any of this storyline.
Yeah,
easily the best character they had, killed him off. Okay, all right, cool. So he's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
And
he's like burned dead.
Ben
like,
Mendelsohn,
dead.
Right? Like a big name actor here.
That's what I mean. Like,
because we were confused. Had a very small part in the MCU, right?
Yeah, and we were like, well, they're not going to kill off Emilia Clarke after 3 episodes. It's Emilia Clarke. Why bother hiring Emilia Clarke? Well, they just did the same thing to Ben Mendelsohn. He got one movie, one cameo appearance in another movie, and then 4 episodes of this show. And that's the entirety of his appearances in the MCU. And you have Ben Mendelsohn in your unreally stupid. I would have rather they killed Emilia Clarke. Right? At the end of the day, if I got to lose one of them, I would rather lose Amelia Clark than lose Ben Mendelsohn. Now,
Yeah.
maybe he was only contracted for that. Maybe he has other things to do. Maybe I don't know. Who knows? But
now, the Gaia character, I don't believe is a character in the comic books. At least I've never heard of her character in the comic books. Like you said, in the comic books, there was only one Super Skrull, not many Super Skrulls. So now knowing that she also is a Super Skrull and she's on Fury's side, does that open up the door for a good Super Skrull Avenger thing?
well, you mentioned earlier, but I don't think she has. I think she only has Extremis. I don't think she has everything. I think she only gave her in that cutaway scene. It looked like she just grabbed one vial of the Extremis and that was it. I don't think she gave herself the whole kit and caboodle.
So you don't think she has all the other powers?
I don't think she does. I don't think she does. I think, and I don't. By the way, I don't even know because she mentioned Cull Obsidian and whatever the other one was, Flora Bonanza. I don't know what it was. I have no idea who those characters are, what their powers involve.
Well, Cull Obsidian is one of Thanos's generals. Right, that comes to her. The big guy that gets his hand cut off in the portal.
Okay, so what's his power other than just being a giant?
He's just a Hulk, right? He's just a big, strong monster thing.
Okay.
Right.
All right. I don't know who the other one was. Flora.
Yeah, I don't know who the other one was, but they clearly showed us originally when she found out this is what they're doing. There was clearly a bunch of stuff listed there that they were tapping into. Groot being one, Extremis being another one of the Frost Giants.
Something it said Frost something. I don't know what it said, but yeah, it on the computer screen it had a bunch of different things on there. But
and then there were some other ones as well that I forget now. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think this was misplayed.
100%.
This show,
100%.
This show and this storyline should have introduced us to the Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah,
that's what it should have been about.
Yeah,
right.
Agreed.
It should have been an introduction to the Fantastic Four. It should have been what do you mean they stole her powers? Wait, well, who are you? Well, you know what I mean? Like it should have been one of those things where
100%.
They already exist in the Marvel world, but nobody really knows who they are other than perhaps Reed Richards, because we've seen Reed Richards' name in passing. We've seen him in Endgame, not in Endgame, in
the Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. We see Reed Richards there. Yep. So, we know the Fantastic Four exists. They just haven't launched them yet. This is what it should have fucking been. Right?
Having it be about, I don't know, anything would have been good. I mean,
well, fair enough.
Consequence, stakes. Nothing on either side, and I know now we're just repeating ourselves over and over again. It's just it seemed like there was so much potential for this, and it seemed like they just blew all of it. Do you know who I feel really bad for? Is Don Cheadle. What the fuck is going on with Rhodey? Like I know he's supposed to be a Skrull or whatever, but what a terrible role they've given him here. Just be a smarmy idiot for 3 or 4 episodes of our show. That's it. That's all you're here to do. That's nothing. You're here. There's no other purpose for you to be here other than that. Just we'll have a really weak reveal of you being a Skrull, and then just be an idiot for the rest of the show. Awful.
Yeah, awful. I almost wish they had just said it from the beginning. Rhodey's a Skrull. Show him right from the beginning being a Skrull.
Or make the reveal a much bigger, much more twist. Like it's just a Skrull takes a shower and wipe the mirror, and it's fucking Rhodey, and we don't know how long he's been a Skrull. What are you doing? Every step of this show has been a misstep. They really haven't nailed anything yet. There's not been a single moment where I went, oh, that's it right there. Hasn't happened for me, man.
And this episode just kind of made me mad. You know what I mean?
No, it dug a hole, dude. We're in the deep end now.
Where the last episode I thought was a step forward and a beacon. You know what I mean? Of okay, now that we're on the second half, things are going to get good, but then they take 10 steps back. Man,
I don't know what can happen in the final episode to try to pull any of this out, but
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway. And you're going to tell me that Rhodey is going to be on a presidential escort in another country without his fucking suit?
They haven't even talked about the suit. Like the suit hasn't even been mentioned in passing. The fact
Not
that he's
once.
War Machine.
Not
Not
once.
even a little bit. Like the president in England doesn't turn to Rhodey and go, "Hey, by the way, I could use a little bit more protection. I almost got assassinated. Where's your fucking suit?"
Yeah.
Nothing. They haven't even. They're pretending like he was never War Machine. That he was just Colonel Rhodes the whole time. Just kill me, man. Just kill me.
Yeah,
Awful.
it's
so bad, dude.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
who's
thought
writing
Falcon and the
this,
Winter
but-
Soldier was bad. This might be worse, depending on how this final episode
Oh,
goes.
for sure is worse because I actually enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It wasn't great, but it was half decent. This so far, it is just
dumb.
I keep wanting to like it, and now I'm done. Like this is just fucked.
Yeah, it's just
like
dumb.
I don't get it. Anyway,
No, I super don't get
guys,
it either. But yes,
if you're actually watching this show and you're in the same boat that we are, come actually. I'm more interested in if you're loving this show. Let me know.
Yeah,
below
tell
why.
us what's great, please.
Yeah, because maybe I'm missing the point.
Yeah,
maybe I'm out to lunch. I don't know, but man,
by the way, if you and I agree, I think that's a pretty good indication.
Yeah.
Normally we're not this aligned on something, and wow, we better get an Avenger. That's all I'm saying. We better get.
We're
a
not.
fucking
I don't
Avenger.
think we are.
I don't think we are. Either,
don't think we are. If we are getting anybody, watch it be Kamala, or watch. It
I
be,
could see that, or Brie Larson. Yeah,
I don't think it'll be Brie Larson. I highly, highly, highly doubt it. But I mean, we never know. Listen, we're gonna find out next week, folks. Make sure you tune back in because we're gonna do a final after show for this weird show that doesn't seem to be going nowhere. In the meantime, folks, if you haven't clicked that like and subscribe button, what are you waiting for? We have a bunch of stuff going on in the Geeks and Company YouTube channel, from after shows to our podcast to builds to rants. We need to start doing more rants, by the way. And I think after this show's over,
I think you've got one. I think you've got a good one that you can.
This is going to be a rant. I think that you guys are going to want to watch. But listen, make sure you click that like and subscribe. That really, really helps us out. It costs you absolutely $0. And like I said, it really helps propagate our stuff through the YouTube sphere. Any parting words?
Bullshit. Next.
Works for me. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay geeky. We'll see you next time.